Hello there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for January 2023. Thanks for stopping by today and checking this video out. If you like what you see, click on that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button before you leave. All right, I want to start today's reading out with a totem animal for the month of June. So whenever you see this animal, hear about it, talk about it, know that spirit is around and supporting you and wants to let you know to pay attention to something or to not to fear or whatever the message is that you get in this situation. Okay, so for you, your animal is dog, which is a friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. Okay. So dog is your animal for the month. A dog is pretty common, so you'll see them all the time. Maybe what you can look for is a bunch of dogs, a group of dogs, a pack of dogs. You could be, maybe this is your friend group, or this is your soul tribe, soul family. Either way, it looks like to me there could be one or two of you that, not that you're the leader of the pack, but kind of. Like everybody has their role to play in your friendship group or your soul family or soul tribe. And I feel like there's somebody in this group that takes charge or does things before you do or has ideas or acts upon things. You feel like there should be more time to think about things before acting. I feel like you internally think that you would make a better leader, so to speak, because you're the type of person to sit and think about something instead of just like rashly acting on something. I feel like there's been some instances lately that by reacting so quickly without thinking has caused more problems, either amongst yourselves or with other people. So you're struggling. I feel like people aren't, or I feel like you feel like you're not being appreciated for the gifts and stuff that you have. And so with this, today I will love without condition. I feel like that's going to be quite a challenge for you. There's something gnawing at you, something that's bothering you, and you haven't spoken up about it. And I feel like if you choose to speak up, I think you'll be heard. I think people will care. I don't know that you'll get the resolution that you want, but at least you get to feel appreciated again. So I think that's going to be the main theme. You need to talk about what's going on, talk about your feelings, but let's get some more information and find out. Spirit, tell me about Sagittarius in January, please. What's going to happen for Sag in January? Oh, we have a card drop, so we'll use that one. And it is Maple Spirit, Generosity. All right. I feel like this card is representing how you feel in the situation. You've been generous with your time. You've been generous with your efforts and your patience and your advice. But still, like there's a rock here. It almost feels like you're talking to a rock. One or many of the people in your soul tribe. I feel your frustration. I think this is just spirit acknowledging that is kind of what is really happening. You're not just imagining it, or you're not biased too much in the way, or you're not considering other people's point of view. I think that you are, at least to some degree. You've tried to work with that and you've been patient so that you can get back to a point or get to a point where you can be heard again. Like it's time to start, okay, this is how I feel about what's going on. It's been more about other people or another person. And I think you're getting to that point where you're getting sick of it and you need to do something about it. Next we have Standing Stones, Passage. So this particular challenge is kind of a rite of passage. It's something for you. It could be like a karmic lesson. Maybe this is something that's repeated over and over and over in this life. And that's part of the frustration. That's part of where the irritation is coming from, because it's like, this is happening again. So with that in mind, and I know it's hard to hear, but Spirit or the universe will keep sending you lessons until you get it over your lifetime, over many lifetimes. Sometimes it takes a long time to really resolve something. So don't be afraid to take some time out for yourself and really listen to your frustration. Listen to your anger. Let it tell you what's really bothering you or what's really going on, or let it, if it's biased, let it have its bias, and then you can realize later as you look at it, like, okay, yeah, I was really angry and I did not see the situation clearly because of A, B, C, and admit that to yourself. Do stuff like that. And while you're not getting the appreciation that you want, appreciate yourself. Fill that cup with yourself a little bit to help you get through to the other side, so that you can start speaking about what your needs are or what's going on with you, so that you can feel like you're being heard and feel like you're appreciated. So this is that passage. If you can get through that and learn this lesson, I think life can really change for you. Spirit, tell me more about Sagittarius in January, please. What else is there to know for Sagittarius in January, Spirit? Oh, we had one fly. Abundance, fortune, wealth, plenty. Okay. To me, this card is talking about your wealth, your fortune, your privilege. To me, it's talking about, I think maybe sometimes why some people may not listen to you. I feel like you're someone who has wealth of some kind, or in a way like on a pedestal or a step above the average person due to finances or resources or people that you know, some kind of abundance. And so I think it's easy for people to maybe diminish or dismiss you or your ideas more, because to them, you don't live in the same world as they do. Does that make sense? And that's where a source of your frustration is. It's a part of the lesson you need to learn, or the trial that you need to get through for this passage to get to the other side. I don't see this card as you're becoming abundant. I feel like you already are in some way, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetically, whatever it is you're abundant in. And it feels like it separates you from the crowd. And maybe that's something that you do acknowledge and know, and that's why you feel like you should be the leader. There's some kind of mix of emotions and thoughts and stuff in that particular field, okay? Take some time to explore that. And maybe that's where this generosity is too. You've not only been generous in your time and effort and patience, but maybe in money. Maybe you have been generous in helping people out. Maybe that's part of the frustration. People are still asking for more money, or they're asking for more help to do things, or they're asking for more of your time. Whatever it is, don't let it turn into anger so much, or rage, or hatred, but keep being patient and keep loving unconditionally, like a dog, like man's best friend, okay? Sooner or later, this will balance out. I can't see it how it's going to balance out, but it'll balance out, okay? Next, we have sacred breath and sound, life force, communication. And this, well, I didn't see it here, but on the bottom there are elephants. So elephant could mean something to you. And then dolphin is on this card, which dolphin is play and intelligence. But this card is about sacred breath and sound, life force, communication. I'm hanging on to the communication because I think that would be key. Once you've like figured some things out for yourself and the way you can communicate how you're feeling left out or left behind or unappreciated or misunderstood. These types of things can be communicated better. And maybe also this is spirit telling you when you take time out for yourself, breathe. Be sure to breathe, meditate, have relaxing music or your favorite kind of music. Listen to it. Let it help you relax. Let it help you be in your own body so you can figure some things out on how you want to communicate or how you really feel. And so how you want to communicate that to a person or the people that are the most important that you feel like they need to hear you, okay? But with the dolphin too, I just feel like maybe you're a little too serious. Maybe that's part of the thing, one of the things that kind of separate you a little bit. And a leader does need to be serious, but a leader also needs to know when to cut loose and play and enjoy time with the people that they're responsible for or leading, okay? Let's get some more information. Spirit, tell me more about Sagittarius in January, please. What else should Sagittarius know? There's a card about January. Okay, one card jumped, and it is the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is giving me a little bit clearer picture. It is under the generosity card. I feel like this card is telling me I'm tired of being generous and I'm going to take what's owed to me and I don't care who gets hurt in the process. I feel like you could be approaching that if you haven't already. Don't lash out like this. Don't lash out or strike back because you're feeling so unappreciated or unnoticed or unwanted. Please, this feels like this is how, if you've repeated this over and over in different situations, different people, this is your typical way of handling it. You get to a point, you snap, and you're like, nope, I'm done. I'm taking my toys and I'm going. Kind of like in that regard. And I don't care what happens to you. I've been ignored long enough. You haven't been caring what's happening to me. So now I'm going to do the same to you. That typically is never a good way to handle that kind of situation. I really do think communication will be your best weapon instead of swords and, you know, taking things away from people, taking yourself away from people. People might be relying on you for certain things and you decide, no, I'm done. And you pull away and they can't rely on you anymore. Well, that's going to cause problems too. That's going to make them upset. Not that it's not earned, but the point is to try to come to a resolution without causing more pain and suffering and anger. Okay? Next card under the Standing Stones passage, you have it's the Fool. I feel like the Spirit is telling me that what I'm telling you in your mind is foolish. Like, there's no passage. There's no rite of passage. There's no way for me to, I don't have to do these things to be understood or appreciated. It's a better way than how you've handled this type of situation before. And you may not want to hear that, but it's better to, because the other thing about the Fool is going about something new. So if you are trying to deal with this in a new way, in a new perspective, trying to understand yourself better, communicate more, you'll feel like a fool, right? Because you have no idea how to do this. This is a whole different direction than you've gone before. You're trying new things. You don't understand. You've seen other people use these techniques or tools. They work for them. It hasn't worked for, you know, like all of this stuff. So there's an anger, or there's a foolishness with feeling like the fool, or, you know, you want to hide it, or you don't like feeling vulnerable and unknowing. But Spirit is asking you and requiring you to step into the unknown for this type of thing, to not only resolve your inner conflict, but resolve any conflict that you can or might have with other people and causing problems there. Next, under abundance, we have the 7 of coins. Okay. You reap what you have sown. You've worked hard for this abundance, and you do appreciate what you have, your privilege, your abundance in money or resources, plenty, all of that, but you've earned it. You've worked it. It's not like it was given to you. You took all the steps. You did everything you needed to, and now you are reaping the benefits. I feel like there's also a little bit of play, like maybe these people are jealous, or you think that they're jealous, and that's why they're responding to you the way they are, or treating you the way they are, because you think they're jealous, or they want what you want and they can't have what you want, or they don't understand, or they want you to share more and you're not. When you have been generous, that's obvious. That's here in the reading. Which is why you want to just forget it, take back, I'm taking my stuff and I'm going home, which is why this reaction has happened. And I think this has happened before in other situations. So I feel like that may be something that you want to be appreciated about when you take time to go in. If that's something that you want to be appreciated for, you'll have to communicate that. You'll have to look, yes, I'm abundant. I have lots of, let's say, money, or I have a lot of resources, or I know the right people to get favors, whatever it is, but I've earned it, and I don't want to be looked down upon or teased about my money or my resources or whatever just because you don't have it. And it hurts my feelings when you do. Something along those lines. You will have to like come up with your own way to say what you need to say, but that is going to be so much better than fine, I'm taking my stuff and I'm going. Do you see what I mean? I hope that clicks for you, okay? Next, under Sacred Breath and Sound, we have the 6 of Coins. And guess what? This is another generosity card. So I am pretty sure that you have money. And you are generous. And somebody or multiple people are not seeing or just not acknowledging it. Maybe that's something you can say. I want acknowledgement for my generosity. I have done this, this, and this, or I have paid for this, and this. I have been here for you and this, you know, being able to just communicate all of that, communicate your frustration so that you can have the relationships that you want and you can feel safe about expressing yourself. And while you might be more fortunate in many ways, other people in your friendship group or your soul tribe, they're going to be fortunate in other ways. And that's how the beauty of all this group of friends can work, because everybody's got a strength and weakness, and you guys can work together, and you can shore up other people's weakness with money, let's say, but they can shore up your weakness in communication or weakness in expression. It all works out, and that would be the best way that'd be the best outcome, I think, for this entire situation for you. Everybody gets out what they need to. You get to feel appreciated or wanted or accepted, and they get to feel heard, you get to feel heard, and everybody can move on and grow from there. All right, let's get one final card, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius for the month of January. What final piece of advice do you have for Sagittarius, Spirit? Oh, there we go. one card flipped over and it says adventure, live wild and free. That, yes, this is a very good ending, because I did touch on this a little bit. Like, maybe you're a little too serious. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe that's why people can't approach you or feel like they can show you appreciation. Have a little fun. Make this an adventure. Live wild and free, not restrained and restricted. At least take time out. And see, even with the dolphin, and play. See, take time out to be a kid. Take time out to be a fool. I know that probably isn't what you want to hear or see, but it's so worth it. And you get to go through, maybe finally go through this rite of passage, and you can change your karma with this, and you won't have to deal with this type of situation again. Or if it does come, it's going to be so much easier to deal with because you went through the process this time. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, I think that's all the messages that I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.